Hi guys, welcome to our channel. This is us, the McMullen family. On today's channel, I'm going to do something a little different. Because today is Mother's Day, and in lieu of Mother's Day, I felt like I should extend my blessings to all the mothers out there that have had and is continuously doing an awesome job raising children. That is the most rewarding job you can ever be granted in this life, and I commend you all. Me as a mother, I felt like today, as any other day, we should be appreciated for all that we do for our kids and continue to do for them. As you can see from the title, it's story time with Mommy McMullen. And in today's story, I'll let you know about the days that I was granted to become a mother to three awesome and beautiful, strong black little girls. So I hope you guys enjoy. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel and hit that notification button so you know when we drop another video. I hope you guys enjoy my story. Like all three pregnancies, I was blessed to have awesome pregnancies for all three of them and awesome birthing experience. Every woman conceives differently. Every woman births differently. But here's my story. It all happened the year 2012 when I was about to birth my first daughter, Andrea McMullen. It was such a great year, that year 2012. That year I was married to the love of my life. That year I gave birth to my first daughter. How cool was that? I was 22 years old. I just was married in September, and then I was giving birth to my first daughter in November. How insane. How blessed was I to be among all the women, all the strong women in the world to birth my first daughter. How great I truly am. She changed my life forever. Like many women, I had the same symptoms, the nauseous, the throwing up, the uncontrollably vomiting. But the day that I had to bring her into the world, that was such a rewarding experience. So this is how it started. It was one beautiful Sunday morning. I typically normally do on a Sunday morning. I get up, I get dressed, I get ready to go to church. But that morning, that beautiful morning, that morning my mucus plug came out and I didn't know what was going to happen next. I came out the shower. At that time, I was at my parents' house. And I came out the shower and I told my mother, like, Ma, something came out, something slimy, gushy, and it came out of me. She told me that probably was my mucus plug. So I Googled it, anxiously. I was a first-time mom, and I was so excited because I knew it was almost time for her to come. And if this was around the time that they told me was her due date. And it came out, and then I started feeling the cramping and the pain. My mother got on the phone. She was calling my siblings. At that time, my sister-in-law had already gave birth to my nephew. So my mother called my sister-in-law to ask her, based on the symptoms, what does she think? I started feeling the cramping and pain. And then, all of a sudden, the cramping started coming rapidly and the pain. So my husband and I, we drove to the hospital we went to Queens Hospital, and they checked me out. So they checked me out, they checked everything, they examined me, they saw that I was only 1 centimeter and my water hasn't broken. So they recommended that I go home. So I stayed home, I rest, I stayed with my family. And so when I went to the hospital earlier, that was early in the morning. So my water broke like early in the morning, like probably, my mucus plug, came out early in the morning, like typically 8 o'clock, because church service starts at 9 on a Sunday morning. And from 8 till 12, I stayed home, until the pain started coming rapidly. And then I went to the hospital with my husband around 1 o'clock. So when we went to the hospital, they did all the check-in and everything. Then they sent us back home. It was like, let's say 3 o'clock. So when me and my husband returned to the hospital that evening, I was already 3 centimeters. So at 3 centimeters, normally a hospital keep you. So they kept me, they admitted me, they checked all my vitals, they had me ready, they put me in the labor and delivery room. And the pain kept coming. They was trying to force the epidural. Like I said earlier, every woman's birthing experience is totally different. And mine, I didn't want any needle in my back. I didn't, that didn't, at that time, at that moment, I didn't want all that. I just wanted to see my child, and that was all. So when they asked me if I wanted to have an epidural, I said no. I just wanted to put my baby out naturally because I know that my body was made to bring a baby into the world. So I just wanted to feel that experience. So then the pain kept coming, and then my baby girl came out. She came out November 19th, 2012, 6 pounds, 12 point ounces, and she was the most beautiful thing in the world. I mean, Andrea, she started off like a wave of greatness. She was so energetic. She was so smart, so beautiful, so full of life. And she was the best. I mean, she couldn't come any sooner. Like, to be the first, I mean, even to this day, her personality, she was meant to be the first. Like, if she was the second, no, she had to be the first. I'm telling you, she had to be the first, and I just thank God because she is a true example of an older sister, a big sister, and a beautiful little girl. And I love her so much. My first blessing. And then we come to my second, my Amani, my warrior. She is truly a warrior. Just like Andrea, the pregnancy was the same, the nauseousness, the throwing up, but birthing time, with her, my water broke. You know, with Andrea, they had to, even though I went in the hospital with 3 centimeters, my water didn't break as yet with Andrea, so the hospital at the time had to break my water. But with Amani, I woke up, it was 12 a.m. the next day, and I woke up, it was water gushing out of me, and she was on her way. She is a warrior indeed. When she was ready to enter the world, the doctors, even throughout pregnancy, was letting me know like, oh, she's going to be a big baby. She's going to be bigger than your first. She's a big baby. Are you sure you're going to be able to push her out? And I'm just questioning them like, what? Am I sure I'm going to push her out? I mean, I pushed out my first one without a problem. So what's the difference with this one? They just kept complaining. She's too big. She's too big. Even when it was time for me to deliver her, that was their main concern. The day that I was going to deliver her, the doctor came in. At first it was an Indian lady. She came in, she checked everything. Like I said, my water broke that morning. So when I came in, I was right on time because, and I was already dilated. Even when I was pregnant with her, I was already sent 2 centimeters. So when I went to the hospital, they kept me regardless because my water had already broken. So even when I was ready to push her out, I mean, I was telling them that I'm ready. I feel like I need to push her out. And they kept telling me, no. She's a big baby. Then an Indian doctor came in to me and she was looking. She was like, oh, she's going to be a really big baby. I think you should have a C-section. There might be problems. You might not be able to push her out. So then, my husband was all in a frenzy. He was crying. He was calling his mom. He was calling my mom. He was calling my sisters. He was just all over the place. He was more emotional than I was. And I was the one pushing out this baby. So he was crying, and he called who he had to call. They was letting him know, like, just pray with her and everything's going to be okay. If the doctor's saying that she has to have a C-section, let her have a C-section. But he wasn't with it. So, the doctor came in, the Indian lady came in, she was like, oh, she's big. So, they said I had to get a C-section. I kept telling them, no, I don't want a C-section. And then finally, I'm like, okay, I told my husband, I said, Dre, they want me to have a C-section. Let's have the C-section so we can see our baby girl. That's the only main concern, as long as she's healthy, as long as she's safe, and as long as she's out and we're kissing and loving on her. So while they was getting paperwork ready for me to sign and they was getting my husband dressed, I was letting them know, like, I'm like, this pain is unbearable. Like, I feel like she's ready to come out. They kept wanting me, no, we're getting the room ready for you. You're going to have a C-section with her. She's a big baby, like we told you. You can't have her naturally. So I'm signing paper. I'm like, please just hurry up, please hurry up. If you have to get me weak and everything, please hurry up because I feel like she's going to come. So the Indian lady left the room, and then in walks a Nigerian doctor. And let me tell you something. I don't care what nobody has to say. Us African Americans, we could push our babies out. I'm telling you, we could push them out naturally. You know, some people may need a little help. That's no problem. No matter, you're still a mom, you're still considered. But he came in and he was like, you want this baby out? Then you need to stop being lazy and you need to push this baby out. And that's all I needed to hear, because guess what, girlfriend? I started pushing Amani out. As big as that girl was, I pushed that girl out. He was like, stop being lazy. When I was pushing, he was like, you better not be lazy. You want that C-section? You better push this baby out. And let me tell you something. Lord knows I did not want to get cut. So you know what a girl was doing? I was, Andre, hold my hand. And I was pushing that girl out. And I pushed that girl out. She came out 8 pounds, 9.2 ounces. That was a big baby. That was a big baby. And even as I was pushing out, that girl is a warrior. She came out yelling all loud and everything. Like, she just entered the world and she wanted all the praise and she wanted all the attention. Homegirl, did you know Mommy just had to go through? But like I said, Amani, I mean, if you know her, you love her. She is a warrior. She is a determined little girl. She has the heart of gold. She is strong. You know, like, if you meet her, she is like destined for success. Andrea, she's destined for success. But Amani, you know of your kids who, when you leave this earth, is going to hold their own. And let me tell you something. Amani is going to hold her own. She is, oh my gosh, heaven sent. I mean, heaven sent. That's why I had to, she is heaven sent. She is heaven sent. And she was my big baby. I was like loving on her because I always, even when I was pregnant with Andre, I'm like, I want a chunky baby. I want a chunky baby. I want a chunky baby. And guess what? God was like, you keep asking, I'm going to give it to you. And guess what? He gave it to me with Amani. And I pushed that big girl out. I pushed that big girl out. And I couldn't get enough of her because she is so, And I was right back at Queen's Hospital with her because I was going to give birth to all my kids at Queen's Hospital because you know what? Mine was born at Queen's Hospital. Ow. But, oh my gosh, Amani. I mean, she was big, but she is mighty. And that she is, you know? And then we come to my last baby, Olivia, my little twin. See, Amani came out looking like her father. Andrea, she came out looking like mixed, but Olivia, she all mine. She's all mommy. She looked like her mother. Ayo. So then we come to Olivia. Like, what I didn't tell you earlier, they're all born back to back. Like, I'm not back to back, but like month-wise. So like, I don't know, it's like around my birthday. Hey, I'm a Pisces, so you know, March 17th. Pisces, whoop, whoop. So around my birthday, I don't know if me and my husband get a little excited, probably a little too excited. I don't know if I get a little excited because that's my birthday and I want to just get it in. But we be having too much fun. So like, our kid's birthday is back to back. So parties used to see me. I'm like going crazy just to book a party or just to do a party. Like, I'm like, okay, Andrea's in November, Amani's December 5th, and then here comes Olivia, December 12th. Girl, fellas, kids. Do you feel me? Do you see what I have to go through party-wise? Money-wise? My husband is October 12th. Then you have Andrea November 19th. Then you have Amani December 5th. And then you have Olivia December 12th. Then Christmas. Who broke? I'm broke. But it's a joy, you know? Now with Olivia, oh my gosh, my little munchkin. She's right now coming the last. Not saying that we're not going to have any more babies because, but I need a boy. But whether I have another girl, here or there, as long as they're healthy and they're good, I'm good. So Olivia, oh my gosh, my little angel, my little twin, my little baby. She's such a baby. I love her. She's so tiny. She's mommy's tiny little baby. But anyway, it was her. I mean, I was at work. So she was probably like, okay, Andrea had her moment. Amani damn near had her moment. So let me guess what? I'm going to make a moment too. I'm going to make a milestone in my mother's life too. Guess what? She sure did. She decided to come past 40 weeks. Bruh. She was due December 10th. Bruh. Homegirl came out after her due date. Like, grand entrance. grand entrance. So I was still working, still going to work with her, pregnant and all, because I was like, let me go to my due date, or when I'm ready. So because I work with the Department of Education, how that goes, too complicated. I'll let you know later. Look it up, Google it, not the video. But with her, oh my gosh. So I was at work the day before I gave birth to her. At work, doing my normal, going through with the kids, whatever the case may be. So I started vomiting. I'm like, I spent half of my pregnancy vomiting with all three of them. I ain't gonna be vomiting when it's close for me to give birth to her. So I'm vomiting and everything. So I go to my principal. I'm like, I'm vomiting and I'm past my due date. I don't know what's happening to me, girl. So she was like, everybody, like I said, everybody's birthing experience is different. I was in pre-labor vomiting and a sister didn't know it because I didn't do that with Andrea and Amani. So she sent me home. I'm there, feeling the pains. I went to my mother's house. I drove home because your girl got. Anyways, so I drove home and my mother was telling me to rest. My husband was at work, so I was resting. What a girl's gonna do is rest. And then my sister came home. She took me to the hospital. She stayed with me until my husband came. And then when they at the hospital, they kept me because I was vomiting and I was complaining about the pain and all that. So when they say, your third baby, they slide out you. So guess what? That's what Olivia did. She slide right out me. But because all my girls are born in the winter season, that time was flu time and I worked in a school. So with DOE kids and kids that come from other areas, a sister had a temperature and that wasn't good for me. So when I gave birth to Olivia, because I had a temperature of 101, I promise you I won't get teary-eyed, but her birthday experience always get me. So after I damn near pushed my baby out, I only got to see her for like 1 second, literally 1 second. As soon as I pushed her out, they made me see her. I put her on me for skin to skin for like, let's say like 1-2 seconds. And then they took her from me. They took my baby from me. Like, I had it in for me, but I mean, all props to all the healthcare workers and everybody that works in labor and delivery. But like, a lot of women, this is like the main cause of postpartum depression. Like, I had my baby with me for 9 months. Carried her, went through the motions and everything. And then I understand I have a fever, but you don't take my baby like that. And they took her, they put her in the NICU because I had a temperature. Now, I gave birth to her naturally. So normally when you give birth naturally and everything's good with you, you stay in the hospital for like 3 days. So, I gave birth to her naturally and then they took her from me and put her in the NICU until my temperature went down. So I didn't get to see her. Like, I have pictures of all my girls in that little bassinet and they sign next to me. And then when I go into the room, they come with me, not Olivia. So the first day that I gave birth to her, they had a NICU. Then the doctors was coming in. Like, this was way before, COVID-19. They was coming in with the gear, mask, and everything because I had a temperature of 101. And they was checking me out and making sure I was good. And I kept asking them repeatedly, I want to see my baby, and they said, you can't even walk on the floors, because you might get the other pregnant women and their baby sick. And I'm like, ma'am, I have a fever. Nothing's wrong with me. I just want to see my baby. I didn't get to see her. I want to see my baby. They didn't care. I mean, they probably cared, but to me, at that moment, they didn't care. And I'm like, I just want to see my baby. Like, I gave birth to her. I did skin to skin to her. I just want to see my baby, and they wouldn't even let my husband, like, he had to see her through the NICU through a glass. Like, not even daddy could do skin to skin with her. Like, I'm not getting that. And he didn't have a fever. When he came with my other kids to come see their sister, they had to see it from a glass. And, there's other babies in there, granted. But how are you supposed to explain? At that time, Andrea was probably like 4. Amani was probably like 2 or 1. And, you know, they're looking through a glass and like, there go your sister, but they're not really catching their eye to which one is their sister because there's a lot of babies in that one room. So that was, I mean, the birthing and the pregnancy was awesome, but that time in the hospital was not a great time for me. Like, I was yelling, I was cursing at the doctors because they would not let me see my baby. They gave me mixed communication every time somebody came in. At first, it was like, you have a temperature and you can't see a baby. Okay, then, so how am I going to breastfeed my baby? Oh, we're giving her Similac. I don't want my baby to have Similac. All my other babies, my other two babies, they had breast milk. I breastfeed my babies. That's it. I don't want no Similac in my baby. Granted, you may have gave your child Similac. Don't come at me. Don't kill me. But that's what I decide for my child. So I'm like, I don't want Similac for my baby. Then what teed me off is that they was giving my baby all type of medicine, sticking her with everything. My husband came to me the next day and told me that she had an IV in her foot. In her foot? Queen's Hospital. Let's be real. In her foot. And then when it was going on day 2. Mind you, I had her naturally, no epidural, vaginally, and nothing was wrong. Pregnancy was good, nothing. Second day, when you give birth to a child naturally, you're in there for 3 days. You mean to tell me that I can't see my baby and we're going on the 3rd day? Then they had the nerve to tell me that they might have to either, what was it? Keep me longer because my temperature wouldn't go down. Then, but here's the funny thing about it. My temperature will go down, then it will spike back up. Something about these hospitals is like they get you sick. I don't know. But anyways, so sometimes my temperature will go down, sometimes my temperature will go up. So then I'm like, okay, ma'am, so it's good now. Next thing you know, the next nurse come in. Oh, your temperature is back high. Bitch, are you doing something? Let me know. But then, so, you know, they was talking about, oh, you can't see a baby girl. Then one nurse came to me. Oh, you get me lit. So then one nurse came to me and was like, oh, you got to go in the room because, you know, when you leave the hospital, they make you see like a video on how to take care of baby after you leave the hospital, what not to do so they won't, you know, pass away, whatever this is and all that. So she was like, oh, you're going to go in the room to go watch the video. Because mind you, it was getting to my 3rd day and I was supposed to leave. So not everybody in the hospital was communicating with each other. So she came in to me and was like, oh, you're going to have to go see the video, you know, because you're ready to leave, whatever it is. I said, ma'am, I'm going to see the video. So you mean to tell me that you want me to go in a room with other with other girls that just gave birth? Sometimes you can bring your baby with you when you go see the video. With their baby, and I'm going in there to watch a video, but I'm high risk because I have a temperature, but I can't see my kid. I haven't seen my kid for 2 days. My husband came going back and forth because, you know, we have the other kids at home, came back and forth to come see me. And he would go and stop by to go see Olivia through the NICU. You know, sometimes he would see her, you know, whatever case to be. And, you know, that was it. Even when he would ask to hold her or, you know, my mother came up there, even though, you know, even to see her or hold her because he doesn't have a temperature, they would say no. So I'm not getting it now. You want me to go in a room with other girls that just gave birth with their kid, and I'm going there with no baby, but I'm high risk. But you putting me in a room with other girls that had a baby and their baby, and I'm high risk, but I can't see my baby. Like, I don't know what was going on. Like, I don't know. If you know, let me know. Let me know in the comment section if you know what was going on, because I don't know what was going on. I started like thinking, so when every time a different nurse come in, I'm letting them know before we was even going to the room. And I'm like, ma'am, you know, this other nurse told me that I must go watch the video with the other ladies that gave birth and their kid. Like, if I'm high risk, why am I going to the room with them, but I can't see my kid? So then I turned up. So I'm telling them, I want my kid now. You mean to tell me that after all that I did, I can't see my baby? You giving her Similac. You're putting a needle in her foot. And I can't see my kid? Like, isn't the whole purpose of you giving birth and having skin-to-skin reaction with your child is in order for your child to have the connection between the mother outside of the womb? So I can't see my kid? Okay, granted, getting a little choky. Granted, I had a fever. My fever's been fluctuating. I'm perfectly fine. I am Olivia McMullen's mom. I want to see my baby. So then, after me causing a whole scene, like they just wanted me to get out my character, I try not to get out my character. I'm a very pleasant young lady. But it seemed like they wanted to test me. They wanted to see how far she can go. They wanted me to take it to a whole nother level. And guess what your girl did? I did. So after I took it to a whole nother level, guess who they brought into me? Olivia. And they brought her to me looking so beautiful. Even after all that went on, I was just so grateful that I had her in my arms. You know, she had the bandage on her leg showing where they had the IV in and everything, you know. But all in all, she came out. She was beautiful. You know, she was like the smallest of my babies. You know, she was 6 ounces, 6 pounds, 7.4 ounces, my bad. But she is the smallest. She's the strongest. I mean, all my girls, they are so beautiful and so unique in all their different ways. They have made Mother's Day so good for me. You know, they are the most beautiful, most excellent little girls. You know, they keep me busy. I'm not gonna lie, they keep me busy, but they keep me busy in a good way, you know, because I'm head straight, I'm headstrong, I'm motivated because of them. You know, my ambitions, my goals, my aspirations has been set high and above because of them, because I know that I have 3 little girls looking at me each and every day right now. And they had made motherhood the greatest. So for all the mothers out there and all the mothers watching and all the mothers to be, I just want to thank you for being a mother. You know, that is the most rewarding job in this world. You know, you could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you could be a counsel person, you could be whatever. But to be a mother, oh my gosh, we wear our crown and we wear it perfectly. So on this Mother's Day, I send my love to you all, and I want you all to know that I love you, the McMullen family love you, McMullen girls love you. And if you have a birthday experience that you want me to know about, leave it in the comment section below. Because these doctors, they be wilding. They be wilding with my baby. Don't be wilding with my babies, you know. I love my girls so much. I love my girls so much. I love my girls so much. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed my story time. I had fun telling you guys my birthday experience with my 3 awesome girls. And hopefully you all will be here when I decide to have another one. But for now, I'm signing off. And I want you guys to know that we love you. All the mothers, have a happy Mother's Day. And get yourself a drink because we deserve it. And I want you all to know that if nobody ever told you, I'm going to tell you. We are bomb ass bitches. Mwah.